Nanea Chapter 12, Mele Kaliki Maka. The calendar said December 24th, but no one would know it by looking at the city of Honolulu. There were no Christmas trees in any of the houses. The bright holiday lights that usually invited shoppers into downtown stores had gone dark. Curfews kept nighttime carolers from their door-to-door concerts. And without school, there were no Christmas programs at Lunalino Elementary. This year, Nanea's class was supposed to have sung Santa's Hula about Santa in his red canoe. But even without decorations and school celebrations, Nanea was full of Christmas spirit. She found Mele and Papa and David were both home. That made up for the fact that they didn't have a Christmas tree. Nanea had spent the last week making gifts, and today she taped the Keep Out Elves at Work sign on her door one last time so she could wrap her presents. She had stitched several small drawstring pouches and embroidered a special design on each one. Those were for Mom, Tutu, and Mary Lou. Nanea had also made books for Papa, Tutu, Kane, and David. Kane, I cannot pronounce that. Tutu, Kane, and David. Now she tied yarn around the last package and then stashed them all under her bed. "It's almost Christmas," Nanea said to Mele, who was curled up on her pillow. That night, after the windows were covered, the whole family sang Christmas carols in the dark, accompanied by Tutu, Kane, and David on the ukuleles. Even Mele joined in, howling along to Santa's Hula. "Wake up, sleepyhead," Nanea called to Mary Lou. "It's Christmas!" For once, her big sister didn't grumble that it was too early. Breakfast was a feast of coconut pancakes, fresh papaya, and Portuguese sausage. When everyone's bellies were full, they moved to the living room. When she was younger, Nanea couldn't wait to open her presents. Now she could hardly wait for the others to open the gifts she'd made. Mom opened her pouch first. "Oh, it's so pretty." "The heart is because I love you so much," Nanea told her. "And I got the music notes because of all my records," Mary Lou guessed. "This will be perfect to hold my lipstick." "A bird of paradise," Tutu exclaimed when she unwrapped her pouch. "Thank you, Kiki." Tutu blew her a kiss. "This is a treasure." "Is it my turn?" Papa loved presents as much as Nanea did. "Well, look at this. A book about us going fishing." "See?" Nanea moved closer. "There you are, catching the biggest fish." Papa laughed. "That would be a change of pace." "Maybe we can go fishing next week," she said. "I would love to." Papa paged through the book Nanea had made. "But I don't know when I'll get another day off." Nanea threw her arms around Papa's neck, squeezing 2 times. "We'll catch lots of fish no matter when we go." "That's a very grown-up attitude," Mom smiled. Nanea had a small pile of gifts to open. The first one was a new school dress Mom had sewn. "I hope I get to wear this soon," Nanea said. Her gift from Mary Lou was a metal barrette with Nanea's name engraved on it. Nanea grinned. Her sister was still trying to fix her hair. Tutu Kane and Tutu gave her a girl-sized white work apron. Nanea's eyes sparkled when she saw that Tutu had stitched Pono's market on the front in red thread so it looked just like the apron she and Tutu Kane wore in the shop. "You were such a big help during inventory," Tutu said. Tutu Kane nodded. "We hope you'll come back and work with us again." Nanea slipped the apron on over her head. "Of course I will," she replied happily. At that moment, the doorbell rang. "Who on earth?" Mom muttered. Papa opened the front door and gave a shout. "Fudge!" The whole Suda family crowded inside. "You're back!" Mom kept patting Uncle Fudge's arm as if she couldn't believe he was real. Nanea ran to Lily. "Your daddy's home! I'm so happy for you!" Tutu and Mom served coffee and coconut cake while Uncle Fudge talked story with Tommy glued to his lap. "Thank you for taking such good care of my family." He wrapped his arms around Aunt Betty. "You're our family, too," Mom sniffled. Papa handed her his handkerchief. "How'd you get out?" David asked. "Most of the men arrested were doctors, priests, and teachers. Not fishermen," Uncle Fudge shrugged. "I guess the government had a plan to arrest all the community leaders if we went to war with Japan, to make it harder for the rest of us to organize or something." Uncle Fudge held up his hands, a look of bewilderment on his face. "There was a Fumihiro Suda on the list," Jean said. "They thought that was Dad." "As if any of the Japanese community leaders would be spies," Papa said. Fear makes people think and do foolish things, Tutu Kane said. Uncle Fudge nodded in his agreement. My lawyer, the one you called for me, he pointed to Mom. He convinced the FBI that they were wrong, and luckily they're not going to arrest the other Suda, which we're very thankful for. Aunt Betty patted Uncle Fudge's arm. Mom sighed. Well, we are thankful you're home. A cloud passed over Uncle Fudge's face. I never left the immigration station, but many others were sent to the internment camp on Sand Island. He shook his head. I heard it's really bad there. The room grew so quiet that Nanea could hear the kitchen wall clock ticking from the other room. One at a time, Tutu Kane said softly. What? Nanea asked. We will work to reclaim our neighbors, one at a time. Uncle Fudge lifted his glasses to wipe his eyes. Nanea glanced around. All the adults were wiping their eyes. How about more cake? Mom asked. No, thank you, said Aunt Betty. We should get home. Tommy rode piggyback, while Lily held tight to her father's hand. Aunt Betty tucked her arm through jeans. Mele Kalikimaka, Nanea called as the family headed up the street. Merry Christmas. It truly was the best Christmas ever, because finally there were no more pukas in their family.